Are you ready? Are you warm? Are you set for this men's match? We know Hagen Smith is. Tarps off for the warm-ups. Gonna get that tarp on and we're gonna get our men's match underway. Here inside the Comerica Center, LA Launch taking on the Miami Mayhem. As we look at Logan Webber and Hagen Smith, 5-1 record coming in. It's realistic they could go 7-1 on the year.
Yeah, absolutely. This is going to be a tough showdown, but they've shown that the top teams, no match for the LA Launch, especially when their pecs are pumping.
Secrets being told, perhaps, as they get ready to come out. Hagen Smith, now 30 years old, out of the Pacific Palisades. Good stint with UCLA, running a 6'2", which has delivered him ready for the beach game.
6 feet tall, 6 feet wide, Kevin.
Yeah, that's right. Clutch moments and showmanship this season for this club. As the Beach Cowboy comes on out. No cowboy hat this time as it was in Austin. Looking to dominate the net space defensively to create launch success. Let's look over to the other side of the net. Miami Mayhem, Kame Schulk and James Shaw. They're fighting for playoff relevancy.
Yeah, absolutely. They, like their women's side, coming on strong of late. Starting to find their form a little bit, a new partnership, and starting to put all the pieces together a little more consistently.
Yeah, James Shaw could definitely be a factor up there at the net. A ton of blocks in his last few matches. Will his serve get going, and how many balls will Kame Schulk dig behind him? Kame has been offensively torrid, hitting over 500.
Kind of the model of consistency out of the volleyball powerhouse Red Deer, Canada.
We'll see how quickly James Shaw can deploy his skills in this match, and overall, as the race to 2028 involves all 4 of these men.
I think we listed his age in wisdom as opposed to actual years. He's only 31 years of age, I believe.
Yep, 31 years old, 6'8", originally a setter indoors, and an All-American at that, going all the way to the national title. Miami comes in at 2-4. Don't underestimate them. They've had a lot of close matches. The LA Launch in at that 5-1 record, coming off a win over the Austin Aces, which was a good rebound match for them. They had lost number 1 in Austin. They drew the Aces, who were winless, but the Aces played their best match of the season and took them 3.
Made it tough on them for sure.
Hagen will get us started with a tough serve that's a little bit long, and that will send James Shaw back. So both teams going with their big servers to open.
Why not give your big guns the most opportunities to fire?
13 aces on 28 errors. Let me get that dialed in terms of errors. Big swing there, dug by Schulk. Who wins the joust with the bigger man?
That's one of those plays that's so tough as a blocker. As the ball's coming right to you, you feel like you have the advantage, but have a look. All the momentum going to be going on the side of Kame Schulk, just coming into that. He pushes last and lowest, which is the key to winning those plays.
Kame Schulk hitting 480. It's just off last week. He came in hitting over 500, had kind of a rough weekend offensively, and he's digging 2.2%. So he needs some more digs for sure to go along with that conversion rate, which has been so exceptional on the year. Miles Partain, top defensive player on the men's side. So Webber will put it down the middle. That'll find Shaw with a little fancy setting, but it's a net violation by Logan Webber. Will negate the dig by his partner.
Volleyball theory dictates that every time your partner nets, the ball is dug 100% of the time behind him.
That'll put Kame Schulk back to the line for the first time. 39 years old, 6'5", out of Red Deer, Alberta. An Olympian who represented Canada, now switched his residency to the United States. He'll run this one down. Easy opportunity. I like when they're simple in transition.
Yeah, perfect in transition, and you like the little feint move in the backcourt to set up that defensive play. Kind of sprinted over to the line early, changed course as you see him kind of finishing that move there. Good aggressive swing in transition for the winner.
Schulk already with a couple of digs matching his normal set output. Of course, he does play behind a big blocker who's prone to getting a hold of a lot of balls there. Almost had that one at what is now 4-2.
Yeah, I think for the LA launch, if you're Logan Webber, you got to stay aggressive. Sometimes he relies on his little chip shots, which are very good, but you got to establish some more hard-driven balls. Ooh.
Just out.
Yeah, we might see a challenge here because that ball mark is awfully close to the buckle.
It's right in front of the line official who made the call. Actually took a moment to let everything settle, but there will be a challenge here. So that will take our R1 John King down to look at the ball mark, which is plain as day, and that is a quick decision from King.
Quick decision, yeah. It
is officially out of bounds. That didn't catch the rope.
Just barely.
Confirmed. (5-2). Can Shaw get it rolling? Yes, he can.
Yeah, that's kind of the live by it, die by it nature of that toss. You and I have talked at length about that, right? It just gets kind of right to the exact height he needs it, and he snaps that arm through. Doesn't give him a lot of room for error, but when it's on, it can be devastating.
I'd put another one right up the middle here. Webber has moved back and over, tempting him to go to the line. Instead, he goes right up the middle once again. Fought off by Smith, who hits it right at Schulk. Webber in transition, right side, new there this year, and he's successful to the corner. You want him to swing? There it is.
Yeah, and that's exactly why. I mean, he's big, he's long. You're dealing with a big block in James Shaw. Can't be chipping. I mean, that's right over the top and in. Yeah.
That is a high aerial battle. LA, early deficit. Couple of plays away from being right back in the first set. This could be one. Full head of steam. Smith got it.
You love the full run up. Head of steam, as you said, and that head of steam comes with some flowing locks that are going to fly all over the place with the legs split and the pike in transition. Yahtzee.
Spread eagle, hair of flight. Get that man on the cover of a romance novel. All right, 6-4. LA trying to hit the afterburners here. Good battle, dug up. Shaw stabs it and puts it to the corner right on the line.
I like that swing there from Shaw. Didn't have much of an approach, but still cracks the ball with some good pace.
Well, this little play here is his best Molly. Little low scoop and then put it right to the back section of the court. James says his nerves go to about a 9 when Molly's on the court. When he's out there, it's maybe a 5.
There again, a good aggressive swing from Logan, this time up the line. Not falling victim to the double up in the cross-court scheme that the Miami Mayhem were trying to employ.
See what Webber does here. Who they start with the service, but deep corner miss last time, corner to corner. Right back to the same thing. Nobody up, missed.
Boy. The fake was so good it may have faked out Cam Schulk.
4-1 run for the launch.
Unusual because Cam is a good leaper. Just didn't quite get on top of that ball.
Corner to corner, the last two from Smith. This time softly into the middle. James Shaw takes advantage.
I like the idea of taking a little bit off to keep that serve in and force Miami to side out, but easy pickings for Miami.
8-6 on the side change. Men's match, close one.
Clearly it was orbital just before the line. I'm glad they challenged.
Winner gets all the glory in the Dallas Green. We got Yosef, we got Sam, we got Chester. DJ Boucher on your cue.
The second matchup between Miami and Los Angeles. The women already in the books. Miami 15-12, 15-12. And now the men on the sand, 8-6 in Miami's favor here on the men's side inside Comerica Center. Kevin Barnett, Rich Lamborn with Victoria on the sand, and more details on the Shaws, the AVP.
Molly and James Shaw have other passions besides volleyball, and that's their love for coffee. They said, fun fact to the fans, if you see them in your neighborhood or around the world and you've been there, well, go ahead and DM them your favorite coffee and or restaurant spot. They travel a lot as a couple and are lucky enough to play on the same team here for the AVP and Team USA. So go ahead and DM those recommendations.
I saw them this morning at the Daily Grind here not too far from the Comerica Center. Wonder if they'll be there tomorrow, if they'll pick a new spot. They were definitely on the coffee tour, and they have quite the volleyball family here. A lot of potential still for these two, Rich.
Yeah, absolutely. The best partnership in Molly Shaw's career. She's been kind of on that up-and-coming train for quite a while, really finding her footing alongside Kelly Chang, and then James Shaw, relatively new to the beach. We know about his indoor exploits, but he's starting to piece it together quite well alongside Kame Schulk. So a lot of upside in the Shaw family.
Yeah, if you don't know about his indoor exploits, All-American setter out of Stanford, but then went on to set in A1 Italy, which is odds on the best league in the world year over year, and then went back and played opposite there a few years later after converting to opposite, playing in Poland and other places. And his arm is certainly capable of doing some damage out here on the beach. We've seen it become a little streaky.
Yeah, I don't know that there are many other players in history that have pulled off that double.
No, not at that level. That's
not
for
at
sure.
that level. Yeah, he's kind of the Shohei Ohtani of indoor volleyball.
A pitcher with power?
A pitcher with power.
All right, well, he'll display his power here, but it goes right to Hagen Smith.
Okay.
And there's power back the other way.
I don't know if I saw the chest popping a la The Rock out there after the push-up warm-up, but that was phenomenal, and you were guaranteed that Hagen was going to tee off in transition. He almost broke into a haka there, Kevin.
We've been waiting for a haka between last week and this week. Yeah, Hagen Smith doing a little damage on the Wilson. They'll look for another. They're right back to Schulk. Shot to the outside with a little more pace, and it's right on the line. Smith could have gotten it. Frustrated with himself this time.
Yeah, that was crisp from Schulk. I think maybe Hagen thought it was going to be wide and eased up a touch. See if we see Hagen kind of running into our screen there. Ooh, yeah.
Miami just 9-8 here. Right side. Blocked. Kept alive. Maybe in, maybe out. That is out.
Kame did the right thing, followed it all the way to the sideline. It was still a little dicey.
Big move there by James. Doesn't net him a block, but certainly creates the point.
Yeah, you credit him with that.
Big high set to Hagen. This time he'll chisel. He's new to that left-hand side. They switched sides this year. What are the challenges anybody faces when they switch sides, even with the same partner?
Well, yeah, there's all kinds of challenges. You're used to receiving serve on the other side, so everything's kind of flying at you a little bit differently. You know, if you're a right-hander on the left side, you want to get outside and kind of come out to in, whereas you almost want to do the opposite of that on the right. You want to start in and work your way out so that ball's always on your hitting shoulder. There's just lots of challenges. Wow.
Hagen saves his own overpass. A terrific serve with an unfortunate result in Miami. Feasting.
Yeah, that is such a heartbreaker if you're LA, because that is a tremendous serve from Hagen. But man, it's like one of those digs that goes over to the empty backcourt. Almost surprised him. You don't expect the ball to come back at you that quickly.
Well, Shaw showing you some of that power that earned him the opportunity to play opposite at the highest level. Tracks that one down the line. Pride of Michigan slices that one wide.
Yeah, you know, to use a phrase that a great player in USA volleyball history that you and I both got to play with, Reed Pretty, used, another challenge of switching sides is your outs are different. Right? You spend so much time figuring out when you're in trouble, what are my outs, so to speak? What are the places that I can swing to that I know will get me out of this troublesome situation? And those are different on either side, right? I think that last play we saw is maybe kind of an indication of that. Logan on the right side trying to do the right stuff, but maybe doesn't have the reps and the level of comfort with that ball that's kind of inside that he's got to work back towards the line.
Yeah, wrapping around the ball is certainly a difficult challenge, as is the final week of the regular season. Shulk and Shaw trying to stay in at number 6. Got Smith and Weber up at number 1. Currently, they would love to have that top seed and a bye and the easiest path to the potential championship in Chicago over Labor Day weekend. Won't you join us at Oak Street Beach? Come see the best in beach volleyball playing in the AVP League.
Join me and Kevin over on Rush Street and Velvet Taco.
Plenty of good places to go in Chicago. Quite the food scene that wasn't present before. Of course, here in Dallas, barbecue is the fare. A little Hard 8 action for us this afternoon as we get ready for this one. Glad you're with us here on CBS Sports Network. Our second of 2 matches featuring Miami Mayhem and the LA Launch. Right up the middle. Weber will back up and try and manufacture something out of here, and he doesn't. So he missed one to the left. Now this one he misses to the right.
Yeah, that is a tremendously difficult ball to swing at. If you're a young player, watch the technique on Hagen Smith getting all the way behind that ball, squaring up to his target, rolling it up there. But that does not make it easy for even a 6'7" Logan Weber to put away.
Shaw on a good service run. Hits another. Best pass of the lot. Weber.
Little extra thump on that one. Yeah, handled well. Shaw, as you said, Kevin, on a good run of tough serves there. And that is the difference between what a good pass can do for you and what a less than good pass can do for you offensively. Everything perfectly in rhythm there for Logan Weber and the Launch.
Both these guys similarly started playing with their older sisters when it came to volleyball. That was their introduction, both Shaw and Weber. As Weber gets one and has his team within 2.
A little indoor style middle blocker close on that.
He's been working on the swing block move.
He has, you know, out of necessity. To be honest with you, I sort of prefer leaving the option alone. You know, Shaw's throwing in a lot of fakes. He's gone once, maybe twice in this first set. I don't think you're oftentimes interrupting that enough to where you want to commit. Just go get out on the hitter. And Logan kind of center field and gets the stuff.
James Shaw cranks that one, showing you athleticism. There's the on-2, Rich. Even with Weber up, he goes around 14-11. Miami, match point.
Yeah, Weber was up, meaning
Set
he was
point.
off the sand, but he's not really impeding much there as he was still kind of working his way to the net.
All right, set point here for Miami. This will be the 3rd straight set. Miami over LA between the women and now the men. Shulk short. Weber's been the target. He drops it a la Lucena.
That's a great call, Kev. That was a very Nick Lucena-ish little wiggle up the line.
So set point number 2 for Miami. How aggressive will Hagen Smith be? If history is any guide, the answer is very.
You have a rig like that, just ease off the accelerator, Kev.
All gas, no brakes. Got it. Right through the hands of his blocker. The read was right, but Miami was up to the task in set 1. They will go up 1-0 in this best of 3, 15-12. Got out early to a 4-1 and never really gave anything back. The Miami Mayhem are 1 set away from sweeping the evening. The state is big, but the donkeys are small in this competition. Fans on court competing. I'm not sure that move is legal, but that man went on to the win. Will LA come back? Here's Victoria with the team is down 1-0.
Thanks, Kevin. Logan Hagen, you're on the cusp of solidifying the 1 seed potentially into Chicago. What do you need to change between set number 1 and set number 2 to do that?
I think we just need to fight off the tough plays a little bit better. They made some good plays out of system and on some really tough serves that Hagen had. We just didn't fight off those plays. We made a couple errors in out of system. If we clean those up, I think we'll be fine.
Hagen?
Yeah, just wake up a little bit extra towards the end of each play. You know, stay consistent.
Oh, wow.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, Richie, you probably like that. The consistency, you were talking about that earlier.
Consistency, absolutely. And Logan mentioned the tough serves of Hagen, but they're going right at the Miami Mayhem, right? So if he can keep the toughness and adjust the direction just a little bit, I think that'll pay some dividends as well. I like Hagen kind of in his focus, in a trance there when Victoria was trying to ask him some questions.
Yeah, he's been finding his center a few times in between sets, win or lose, regular practice there. And really comes down to offense as I look down these stats here.
Yeah, you got to credit the defense of Miami and the blocking. James Shaw was impactful at the net as well. So that factors into those hitting numbers. Yeah, that's not a great start, though, if you're LA.
Yeah, Shaw's doing a better job in this serving matchup of keeping the opponent off balance, as he does again there, 1-0.
And again, to the pace versus direction argument, that one right up the middle. He's had a couple of those that really wreak havoc on the LA launch.
Nearly had another. Hagen-Smith from his knees, not a lot of space. Little double up action there on the defense. Oh, Logan Weber is big.
Wow, I like Kame staying aggressive in transition, but man, what a good move from Logan Weber, smothering. Yeah, that's just a big straight reach over. Pivotal for LA there, Kev.
Yeah, I didn't want to lose the momentum early here. Miami got out to a 4-1 and a 6-2 lead in that first set, as that ball is right on the back line. The service duel is on.
Yeah, a couple aces both ways. That caught the very back of the baseline.
First lead of the match for LA. Hagen found his center, found an ace. And that one goes a little long. So both sides doing some damage from the service line. 2-2 reset in the second set to 15. Kevin Barnett, Rich Lamborn, Victoria Dennis on hand here in Dallas. Smith cranks it. Now, they were serving a lot of Weber in that first set. Interesting, they go to Smith right away.
They got a few, I don't want to say shaky, we'll call them less than perfect service receptions out of Smith, I think, in the first. So we'll be trying to see if that'll continue.
Weber just 2 aces on the year, very similar to Schultz. And he's taking a lot less risk. Hey, how about that? Add to his total.
That's the theme for you here in Dallas, Kevin. Speaking it into existence from the broadcaster booth.
I'm just feeling the flow of the match. That's number 3 on the year, first of this match. Yeah, neither Logan nor Kame have made a ton of errors. A little turn there, skipping through the tape for the second shot. Blocked again.
Yeah, great timing on that big move into the angle from big Logan Weber.
All the talk of consistency and this and the other things that could happen. How about Logan Weber just shuts everyone down at the net?
Yeah, we talk about consistency all day long if you come up with 3 or 4 stuffs.
Third block for Weber now. Made his AVP debut back in 2019. His career and his results have been on the upswing. A hybrid there. Good move, even better shot from Shaw.
Yeah, again, good defensive scheme, but well spotted by James Shaw. A little cutty to neutralize that defensive play. I really like that from Logan Weber from the end line, though, keeping the ball on LA, making them earn the side out.
Shaw to Weber once again. Pretty nice set off of that. Schultz is under. And the redirect is on.
Yeah, Schultz a little upset with himself there. He was on that in plenty of time to control that ball, and that is something that he does extremely well, typically speaking.
And we had an open hand call earlier, but when that ball is up at the net, you can redirect it with the 2 hands if you want.
Right, yeah, they call it redirect so that it is distinct from the open hand contact of an attacker.
Awfully subtle, though.
Yeah.
6-3, hitting numbers starting to even out. Jump set and nice push. Underneath it to the corner.
Particularly from that far off the net, if you're Logan Weber, I think just don't worry about the option. You know, James Shaw doing a nice job jump setting just to give him something to think about, but I think he's better served just getting in front of the attacker.
I like that back slide maneuver, and the cut was red. That looked like a scouting report dig. And another conversion for Schultz. 6-5.
Yeah, that's a good way to say it. That was just a scheme that worked out. They got exactly what they were looking for out of Hagen Smith, who didn't see the wide open line available to him.
Schultz looking for the tie. Miami trying to play their way into the playoffs. Victory in this set would send them to Chicago as either the 5th or 6th seed. They can get into that 5th place spot with victory tomorrow as the LA Launch women cheer on the men. Launch women already took a loss earlier to Miami in straight sets, 12 and 12. Another tough one for them. They've lost 2 in a row. They are also in the playoffs. Well, he did go on 2 there. Pretty big windup and kill from Shaw.
Yeah, I don't mind that though. If you're LA, really the difference there is you can't give the rolling jump serve right in the lap of Kame Schulk.
Yeah, so it's not just about aces, clean aces and points. It's about setting the tone and control from there. Although you'd love to maybe have that one be on the line if you're Miami.
Yeah, if you can direct that at kind of 60 to 70% pace, that's going to serve you a lot better than if you just hit it as hard as you can right into somebody's lap. So a good response here from LA in this set number 2. They've got a lead halfway through the second.
Tomorrow morning, 7:30 Eastern, kick off your weekend with match day 1 of the English Football League season. Don't miss Coventry City going head-to-head with Hull City right here on CBS Sports Network and streaming live on Paramount+. Lots of fun being had here in Dallas. An unnamed individual trying to get into the chair at the end of the music. This is cheating. This is not going to end well. It's the most physical game of musical chairs I've seen. Providing entertainment for the players, LA. You can join us in Chicago for some fun on court with Mark Sherman and DJ Roche as this pair battles it out for a mini ball. I think he's getting booed off the sand at this point.
Yeah.
That is typically how it goes. All right, the LA Launch for the moment are hitting offensively. 348 trailing the 391 mark of Miami. Well, Miami is up 15-12 and trailing 8-6 here in the second set. Kelly Chang getting in on the fun, having already won. She and Molly Shaw a little bit lighter fare than the pair behind him. How do you deal with, or how'd you get your players to deal with all the other things that go on, all the fun that happens at an AVP Tour event?
Well, yeah, I was very fortunate to deal with, you know, one of the longest standing, one of the most consummate professionals in the history of our game, and Jake Gibb. So that was just kind of second nature. And then Taylor Crabb, the bug, is pretty locked in at all times.
Yeah.
Right? So we had some pretty good focus going on our squad. It was me that we had to worry about. I'm like, you know, a dog that sees a squirrel.
We'll find out who's chasing a squirrel and who's locked in here as players have rejoined the sand. And LA holds the lead. They need to win this set. Both teams still have their timeout in this set.
I think those are kind of the harder tasks, coming out from a little bit of a layoff with the timeout and just hitting your best serve.
And confusion. So LA not enjoying the musical chairs earlier. They give up back-to-back points. Tied at 8. Here comes Miami.
Good rebound, and it's not typically Kane Schulk with the aces, as you mentioned, Kev, but placing that one perfectly, getting both LA launched to lunge at it.
Yeah, it's been the other guys putting up aces in this one, right? Low totals, below 5 for each that they have added in this match. That's kind of a roller. And overpassed anyway. Wow. You call a timeout right now? I mean, shirt's off.
Shirt's off. Shirt is ripped off.
That 6-2 run has the LA launch shirt hitting the deck.
Yeah, a little posthumous tribute to the late Hulk Hogan.
Hagen frustrated with himself, but a quick wardrobe change taken care of. I'll tell you what's impressive about that. Hulk used to pre-cut it. There was no pre-cuts in that. That was all mass.
Well, I think his hands were slippery from all the body oil. Had to give yourself an assist.
Difference between the sports. 9-8 Miami. Hit Hagen again. They're going to run up at the high ball and put it right through.
LA needed that. Looking good at the 8-6 timeout. Now fighting back against the advantage that Miami's built. So they need to make something happen defensively here.
All right, race to 6. Got to win by 2 if you're LA and try and extend this match. Weber already with an ace. They'll place it. Good spot. The scheme worked, but that ball found the sand just in front of Smith.
Wow. I thought we were going to see at least a little bit of an argument out of Hagen. That was awfully close. Let's have a look. Oh, yeah.
Oh, excellent work by our crew. That ball bouncing right in front of his arm.
Got the spatula under there just a little late. Nod to our boy Chris Marlowe, the spatula out.
Ace service, Shaw. Well, we wondered who would win the service battle. James Shaw has laid claim to that title in this match thus far.
Thus far, and they open up a 2-point lead here late. That is a tremendous serve, placement, pace, everything on that one.
LA's going to call their timeout at 11-9, but all the momentum via that big service there from James Shaw is looking Miami's way. Let's check in with Victoria.
It's firing away at the service line, really opening up their opportunity to play controlled defense. They're able to track LA across the net right now and really push them off. And having a small hitting window on the side of LA has really helped Miami try and solidify this lead.
Yeah, the aces have also helped this. 3 aces, 3 errors from James Shaw. To give you an idea how that shapes up, he came in with 13 aces, but 28 errors. Now he has corrected the ratio here inside the Comerica Center.
Yeah, you can abide a 1-to-1 ratio there. You and I talk about it a lot, Kev, that statistics can be a little bit misleading at times, in that if you miss those serves late, those can be a little more detrimental than, you know, if you miss your first serve of the match at 0-0. But so far, James Shaw finding the perfect balance.
Yeah, and found a late ace there. Both Weber and Smith are backed up. If you can cut it right now. If you, James. Right down the middle, those players go for it. And a miss from the launch.
Yeah, tough chance there. Great placement again from James Shaw. Both players went after it, and then Logan just kind of didn't get that ball up near the net like he needed to for Hagen. Hagen had to try and go for the miraculous and missed.
Hagen's left, 2 ago. Hagen's right last time. Down the middle again. All Smith. Rolled successfully.
Time is now if you're LA. And that is a 6-2 run out of our timeout in favor of Miami on the back of some tremendously strong serving from both players, actually. It was Cam Schalk that got the initial ace out of the timeout.
Yeah, so 12-10. Launch would love some damage from Smith here. Shaw working off of it. And out of the middle. Smith control dig. And the set goes over.
Oh my goodness, that is a dagger for the launch. Exactly what they wanted. An out-of-system swing that Hagen Smith controls perfectly, and then just trying to shovel his partner up, maybe a little extra based on the one he missed off a couple points ago, and can't believe.
LA's mistakes have them exploding on the launch pad here. Weber fights that one off and finds Shaw, who scoops it up and over. And Hagen puts one away. Back-to-back big kills from either side.
So it's a highlight swing on the overpass, but that may be of little consolation if they can't come up with a couple of defensive stops here.
LA led this set 6-3. It has since been 10-4 in favor of Miami. Complete control and a lot of frustration. Some of it coming out on that swing. Still a chance here for LA, trailing by just 2. Got to pick up at least 1 now, don't you think?
Absolutely.
There's an overpass. No. But it'll generate a mistake. 13-12.
I wasn't sure what was going to happen there. It was tough for us to tell where exactly that ball was. I think Shaw couldn't get to it in time to try anything above the level of the net. Kind of stumbled on his feet there, looked like a little bit too. And then can't quite get his whole knuckle on that to get it over the net.
Started with a tough hybrid serve. This has got to be in.
For once, Kev, you were the jinx. You've been speaking it all into existence, but that absolutely needed to be in. Now your back is firmly against the wall.
Match point, Miami. The women swept. The men can do the same right now. Shaw going for it. Cracks it. Winner!
Wow. His best serve of the match he saves for last, Kevin Barnett. That was an absolute laser beam up the sideline. Untouchable.
Some of the most unusual numbers of this AVP League season. Miami defeats LA. 15-12, 15-12, 15-12, and 15-12. Unbelievable. The men and women of Miami in identical fashion, and then knocking one another over in the celebration.
Yeah, clearly in their search for coffee, the jumping body bumps, not something they practice a lot in the Shaw household.
They've been working on their game, and it has paid dividends the last 2 weekends in league play. So both of the Mayhem pairs are headed to the playoffs, but first they have to visit with our own Victoria Dennis.
Miami, you just clinched your berth into championship weekend in Chicago. How'd you do it?
Yeah, I mean, we had a good game plan with our coach Mike and Derek. We just heard just win the game and we're in the finals, so we decided to keep with the game plan and played really well. So we're pumped. Chicago, baby.
On to the deep sea deep dish pizza, I may say. Let's talk about serving really fast. Shaw, your serve was unbelievable. You stand at 6'8", so that is a tribute to it. What is the mentality at the service line?
Yeah, I mean, I want to use my size for sure. I know that what we do on the service line puts a lot of pressure on teams, any team we play in the world, so we feel like that's one of our biggest weapons on defense is serving tough. And when we got it rolling like this tonight, we got to use it, you know. So that worked out, and we rolled to it. Yeah.
Cam, you do a great job on defense, reading and reacting. What is the mental process like that?
I think it's, you know, your cues, your visual, what you're doing, plus like what we set up as our plays. So we have a lot of different plays in the playbook. And then from there, you know, you have a bit of reaction, a bit of freedom is what we've kind of been talking about with his block and my D. If you feel something, you know, go for it, but be fully committed to something. And we've done a good job of being committed. So, yeah, our defense and block feels really good right now.
The option play looks stellar. Is that a really big part of your offense that you're looking to continue into Chicago?
Yeah, I mean, optioning's huge, especially for James. I mean, look around the world, the best teams in the world, you gotta be optioning at a high level. And as long as I can get the pass to where he needs it, he's putting it away 80% of the time. So we feel confident in that, and we can be one of the best in the world there.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
James Shaw, 9 kills, 4 aces. His partner, Kim Schultz, 7 kills, 1 ace. Dominant performance from the service line for Miami. We'll be back with more on the victory.